back to Jenny's Kitchen. I am so excited for the month of November because it's almost Thanksgiving. And I'm gonna show you how to make the most easiest cornbread made from scratch. Yes, you heard it right. Cornbread made from scratch, and it's so easy that you're not gonna wanna go back to that little Jiffy box. Only when you're camping. And even so, I try to take everything and try to make everything from scratch when we go camping. I kid you not. But anyways, I'm so excited because November just gets me in the month of baking and cooking. And I want to say that Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays besides Christmas. And I think it's because of all that baking that we do all the time. Well, at least I do. And I just can't get enough. I know I have so much left over. We're eating the next day and my family loves it. They just love all those potato casseroles. They love all these flan, the cakes, and all these desserts. But of course, you guys have to eat with a limit because we do gain weight if we eat everything. All right, guys, so let's get started. Again, this is gonna be so easy that you guys are gonna say, that's it? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna show my mother-in-law, mi suegra. Le voy a enseñar a mi suegra que sí cocino. I just love this. You know what? I love my suegra, and she loves the fact that I love and enjoy cooking, that she appreciates that a lot. And I learn a lot from her. But okay. All right, so too much talking. Let's get started. All right, so we're going to start with our dry ingredients, and I'm going to start with the dry cornmeal. If you guys don't know what cornmeal is, it's this right here. It's yellow cornmeal, and you can use any brand. I don't have a preference. So I'm gonna be using a cup, and I'm just gonna put it inside my bowl right there. You're gonna use 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and again, I don't have a preference. So we're just mixing our dry ingredients right now. I'm gonna be using a whole tablespoon of baking powder. Actually it's a 1/4 cup, if you can see, it's a 1/4 cup of sugar. And this is optional, you don't have to, but I like to make mine a little sweet. And we're gonna be using just 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and that's gonna go into our dry ingredients, and 1/2 teaspoon of the baking soda. So just make sure you just use actually it's 1/2 teaspoon. There we go. And now we're just gonna mix our dry ingredients. And this is it. That's all of the dry ingredients, guys. And it's so easy and it's so fast that you guys are just gonna love making it from scratch from now on. All right, so once that's really nicely mixed, now let's get into our wet ingredients. So I'm gonna add to mine the sweet corn cream style. I'm just gonna throw it all in my blender. 1 can. There we go. 1 whole bar or stick of butter. And I'm gonna be using the salted one because, well, this takes salt. So I'm just gonna use the salt. And even though I already added salt, I'm still gonna use the salted one. There we go. 2 eggs. And before I used to use my mixer, now I use my blender because it's just so easy too. And it's so practical. And my secret ingredient, which is buttermilk. And a lot of people, they just use regular milk, 1/2 and 1/2. I like to use buttermilk. It just gives it more of a creamier flavor. Now I'm gonna be using 1 cup of that. So now let's blend. I'm telling you guys, this is so easy. And I'm sure you guys already have your oven already going at 425 degrees. You always wanna make sure that your oven is nice and hot. Okay, so now we get this started. And start slowly. You just wanna make sure that the eggs are well blended. There we go. Now I start adding my dry ingredients. And then just transfer it in here. And again, very slowly. And I just turn it on. And just give it like a little pulse. There we go. Now you add the rest. And this one, you're probably gonna do it 3 to 4 times, depending on how in a rush you are. I don't know if it makes a difference, but that's what I prefer. There we go. So it has to be nice and thick. Make sure that there's no more raw flour. And that's it. Look how pretty this is. Beautiful. All right, so now let's grease our pan. So look at what I'm using. I'm not using butter. I'm not using oil or any spray. I'm using solid manteca. And this right here, guys, is gonna make the difference. I honestly don't know what it is. Maybe it's, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I think it's just how solid the manteca is that it just gives an amazing flavor to my cornbread. Right, so now let's pour. And just like that. Look how beautiful that looks. Spread it all around. Just like that. And then make sure that you just kind of hit it just a little, slightly. Don't break your counter. And then let's make sure we get everything out. Okay, so now it's ready for the oven. All right, so now that I transferred everything, as you can see, I tried to scoop everything out. Now it's ready for the oven. And I've been heating it at 425 degrees inside a cast iron skillet. And now we're gonna bake it for a good 25 minutes. Look at this beautiful cornbread. That is so ready. And I'm just gonna put it right here because it's hot. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at that crust. I love, love, love the crust. And we just put a little bit of butter in here. Look how beautiful. It's melting. And I just like to spread it all around because I love it with butter. All right, let me cut myself a piece. All right, look at this beautiful thing. Now we're gonna cut. I'm just gonna cut it in little triangles, just like that. Gosh, I can't wait to try it. Look how beautiful it just lifted. Beautiful. This is why I love my cast irons. So just make sure you go all the way in. Just look how pretty. Oh my God. This is beautiful. And of course, I love to add some honey. Miel. Esta miel es la del Valle de Guadalupe. Cuando vamos a Ensenada, siempre nos traemos una botellita. But look at this, guys. Oh my gosh, I wish you guys can smell this. This is so good. And of course, now a little bit of honey. A ver, ¿a qué horas? There we go. Oh my God. This is the best. You could be eating as a dessert or a side dish with your Thanksgiving food. All right, look at this. I am so ready to eat this. And it was so fast, as you can see. In the oven, you only need less than 30 minutes and you'll have homemade from scratch cornbread, and it tastes so good. So let's try it. And it's still warm, okay? Wow. I don't know if you can see the steam, but it's so moist, and yet that crust, that's why I like it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Super easy to make cornbread from scratch. So don't forget to give me that subscribe and that like. Bye, guys. I'm gonna continue eating this. It's so good.